violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
On Hamilton Avenue near Fair Park, a piece of yellow crime tape remains a reminder of a senseless shooting that happened here on Monday night.
I'm going to miss my niece. I'm going to miss my niece.
21-year-old Asia Womack was shot and killed on this street. The James Madison High School grad, seen in the green cap and gown in this photo, was walking a few blocks from her home.
Wow. And I told you guys in the community, anybody can get it. Women, children. It's open season. And it's sad because it's almost like there's nothing being done about it. A lot of these guys who are committing these heinous murders have been let out multiple times within the past couple of years. So there are a lot of issues going on that are not being spoken about. And it's just tragic that we have to see this continue. And nobody's really saying anything about it. I'm doing what I can, but honestly, doesn't look like the message is getting out there.
Family members believe Womack was killed by someone she knew over a dispute after a basketball game.
He needs to pay for what he did because that was senseless, that was uncalled for.
Grieving family members are gathering to comfort one another, but it's painful.
Why? Because it's my older sister.
Take a deep breath.
It's also tough for community members like Billy Smith and Joe Johnson.
That's hard there. I hate to see people take young kids' lives like that.
They say a sense of...
Yeah, and they don't care. They don't care. Hopefully, they're able to bring this guy in. I believe they already got him. And nail him, man. This is Dallas. Texas was known at one point for not playing when it comes to, murders especially, but they've gotten a lot more lax. They've gotten a lot more soft as time has gone on. And you'd be surprised. A lot of people think that, oh, if I do something in Texas, I'm going to get fried. And it's not necessarily the case anymore.
Security is shaken after crimes like this so close to home.
It's just hard to me. I've lost my son in the same situations.
The investigation into Womack's killing is happening as police and neighbors in communities across North Texas are preparing to gather for national...
But think about that, though. Think about, the mother here. We don't know if she became a grandma. She might have had other kids. But she says she lost her son in the same way. You got generations losing their kids to these super gremlins on demon time. It's ridiculous.
I've lost my son in the same situations.
The investigation into Womack's killing is happening as police and neighbors in communities across North Texas are preparing to gather for National Night Out events Tuesday night.
This was a time of the year where people can interact and communicate with us in ways that they weren't used to.
Lieutenant Brad Ricketts is with Mesquite Police. He says National Night Out aims to bring officers and neighbors together under positive circumstances.
We have several events at churches, some are at cul-de-sacs, some are at playgrounds.
See, the police, they're trying to do what they can. Unfortunately, the attitude towards police is still in the same condition, if not worse, than it was in 2020. And the only people who are really saying, oh, the police need to do their job are the people who are being affected by these crimes. So it's a doozy, man.
Some police and neighbors are optimistic stronger community relationships can happen.
Just let us try to get along and try to love one another. That's the way it's supposed to be.
As for Womack's family, they're also trying to remain optimistic.
We just going to keep the faith because we know God is going to work it out.
In Dallas, I'm Damon Fernandez.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
A 21-year-old woman was shot to death allegedly over the results of a basketball game.
The victim's family says the shooter was a friend, but police have not named him publicly as a suspect. The shooting happened.
Wow, so it was over a basketball game? They took this sister out over a basketball game, hooping. I guess that midnight basketball ain't really working out.
Monday evening in the South Dallas area on Hamilton Avenue, not far from Fair Park. Fox 4's Sean Rabb reporting live from DPD headquarters tonight. Sean.
Yeah, Steve, police haven't given us the name of a suspect or a motive yet, but Asia Womack's mother tells me the 21-year-old was shot 5 times and killed by a man she had befriended and helped, someone that she called a friend. Hard to understand, reportedly getting angry over losing a basketball game to a woman and then killing her. And because she was supposedly a friend, even more difficult for this family.
Yeah, man. This dude got so mad over a basketball game that he murked his friend. And she was, she probably was a stud. And, y'all gonna have to start packing too. Y'all gonna have to start packing too. Don't just throw the strap in the backpack. Throw the real strap in the backpack, if you know what I mean. But you're gonna have to be double strapped up because, yo, if you can get clapped by beating a man in a basketball game, which she tall, she has some legs, so I could definitely see her, especially if she played high school ball, I could see her, rocking a guy. But if you can get X'd out for that, you can get X'd out for anything.
Family to understand.
Asia loved basketball.
Yes, she did.
She loved basketball to the point to where she died doing what she loved. And she shouldn't have died that way.
A mother mourns her murdered daughter. 21-year-old Asia Womack, killed Monday evening after playing basketball at T.G. Terry Park, just up the street from her home, where family gathered, grieving.
This was supposed to be a friend of Asia's. She's eaten with this man, she's fed him, and he turned on her.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, bro. It really is that bad that you can be friends with somebody and they'll just cross you just like that. Just throw the whole friendship away. I mean, this is a real deal issue in the community. We just did the story on Q Money Xing his best friend out. We did another story on YNW Melly Xing 2 of his best friends out. We don't stay friends in the community. Somebody crosses the other at one point, and it's sad to say.
And killed her in a vicious way.
Womack was a whiz at basketball, playing her high school days at Madison. Monday, family says she was in a pickup game at the park, playing against the guy who is said to have shot her, and she won. The family also says there was trash talk, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be trash talk. It's basketball, it's sports, but I guess for this dude, it just hit different that she was a woman and beat him, and she probably, if she really played like that, she played high school ball, she probably knows how to trash talk with the best of them. So, it's just sad, bruh.
This is so senseless.
This is so you become embarrassed, basically.
Yeah, the communitas got egg on our faces, man. And I'm saying our cause shit, I'm included. We got egg on our face, bro. It's like it's hard to really fight for a cause when the biggest cause we need to be fighting for is internal, or fighting against rather. But it's gonna take, like they saying, policing your own, but really just at least cooperating with authorities at the minimum. But they don't want to do that.
Because a female beat you in basketball.
According to the family, the shooter took his kids and brother home and came back to the park, shooting Asia Womack 5 times.
Wow. And she was probably staying out there putting shots up. That's premeditated. That's first degree, because he thought about it, dropped his kids off, said, I don't want my kids to see this, but I'm finna throw my life away. God, that's wild, bro. That's wild. And to me, this couldn't be his first body. That he gonna kill his friend like that, this couldn't be his first body.
Cameras at this store possibly capturing the car speeding away. We're told detectives took the video.
Detectives are still working the case. No one is in custody at this time. They've been working it since Monday night, trying to find justice for Ms. Womack.
My prayer is that justice be served, that he is found and that he will give up or turn himself in.
If you know where he is, where his whereabouts are, please, please turn him in. Help the family out. We're hurting.
Y'all heard that. Communitas, speak up. It's time to snitch. It's time to man up and give the guy up. The family's hurting. They asking. They don't have nobody in their family who can spin the block for them. Y'all seen how old those men were who were speaking on this family's behalf. Ain't nobody gonna spin the block for her. This is why I hate when they say, oh, well, let the streets handle it. Bro, the streets can't handle it because she don't got no family members who are like that, quite frankly. So what's she supposed to do now? How's she supposed to get justice now? Okay? The game is rigged and they want it rigged in their favor. These super gremlins are on demon time.
So homicide detectives are trying to track down this person right now. Listen, Crime Stoppers offering a $5,000 reward if you know where he is for any information leading to arrest and conviction of the man who shot and killed 21-year-old Asia Womack.
All right, Sean Rabb, live from Dallas Police Headquarters. Thanks, Sean.
Dallas family is facing terrible pain tonight. Police continue to search for a man that family called a friend who's now accused of killing their daughter. And the reason for the shooting might have you shaking your head in disbelief. Steve Pickett reports the killing apparently surrounds losing a basketball game on a playground.
Silence bounced off the backboards of TG Terry Park this afternoon. The basketball court sat empty while a mother and family tried to comprehend an incomprehensible act.
Asia loved basketball.
Yes, she did.
She loved basketball to the point to where she died doing what she loved.
Monday, 21-year-old Asia Womack. She died after being shot multiple times. Police and paramedics found her near Dallas's Fair Park Grocery. But it was here, on the basketball court of Terry Park, Asia Womack played a game against a friend. Police identify that friend as 31-year-old Cameron Hogg. There's an arrest warrant for him now.
She's eaten with this man, she's fed him, and he turned on her and killed her in a vicious way.
The motive for shooting and killing Asia Womack, as illogical as it may sound, the family believes.
Oh, it doesn't have to be logical in the community. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be logical. There is no logic when it comes to this stuff. I mean, he was logical enough to take his kids back home. We got to get him. I mean, let's keep it a buck. The bar is low. We got to give him credit for that. He took his kids back home so they wouldn't be traumatized by that extreme violence. He saved the innocence of his own kids. Still selfish and narcissistic, but these dudes cannot take L's. At one point, it was like you can't tell them to leave somewhere. Now it's like they can't take an L at all. These super gremlins are on demon time.
The suspect didn't like losing a basketball game to Asia and didn't like hearing about it. Police were told Hogg became angry after being teased by Womack after losing the game.
This is so senseless. This is so, you become embarrassed, basically, because a female beat you in basketball.
If you know where he is, where his whereabouts are, please, please turn him in.
Steve Pickett, CBS 11 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.